best players in the world, and I
Yes.
definitely will enjoy this game.
At this moment, who is trying to open the first ball situation that Jeong created. He spent 2 balls,
Yes,
and now you try to place the right ball there.
it's a short game. Jeong decided to play short and just in front of him, so he has all the angles from inside the box in order to make the good placements or the very hard smashes. So it's a tactic that I also use in my games. And since it is a very short game, definitely we will not see mistakes. So I expect all the balls to be very accurate, and the winner of this end to be decided by the tactics.
As you talked before, Young make a little stop in his career and change the assistant. Do you think that he'll still in that preparation with his new assistant, or by himself he's able to easily do what he's used to do?
Jeong is a very old player. He's competing, if I'm not mistaken, from 2006 or 2005. Definitely 6 because I remember him in the World Championships in Rio in 2006. So he and as well as his country, Korea, have all the experience to fit in any condition. So I don't believe that the 1 year absence of Jeong from the courts was something that will make him a worse player, and we see that he's in the final. He was in the final last year. He just needed to relax after so much hard work. So I think everything is normal, and his sport assistant is also really good. So I don't expect any mistakes from him because of his absence.
Okay. He tries to move that check ball behind the red one.
Yes, because it's very difficult to move the soft balls, especially when the one is supported by the other. So it's a much easier approach just to move the jack ball.
Sometimes the players at this high level have so many competitions at this moment, because in the past you only have one competition international by year.
Yes.
Now you have 3 at least during.
4 actually, it's 4. For me, it's been 4.
Yes,
for all these years.
yes, because you can do 2 World Opens, 1 regional, and 1 big major
Yes,
event. And how that gestion is made it. Now we know in a lot of sports, the sports methodology have the high level of the performances work to be in the best of the way in sometimes of the season. How do you make that gestion about the high level performance?
It's very difficult to give your best performance in all of the competitions. So you have to decide where you will give all your power and all your energy. And I think for most of the athletes, it's the major competition of the year, which is Paralympics, World Championships, and regional championships. And there's only one of these competitions each year. So this year was the regional championships. But then again, since there's only one the winner, you cannot stop. So if you do not win the major event, you want to win the World Open, and you want to do everything. And I think that for me as well, my bad performance in this tournament was because I gave all my energy in the European Championship. So I believe it's not that I wanted to lose or something, but I believe I couldn't give all my energy and my best performance, yes, which is needed. You have to give more than your best performance in order to win, because the competitors in the competition is very, very strong.
I mean, you have in some sport or some situations that the players make he's planning to be in the best in the major events. Maybe in the other events, make some experience, try new things, and that can be one approach that the player have to think to.
Definitely, definitely, because you have to experiment other techniques, other balls, in order to see what is better for your next competition. So I believe that all players decide which will be the competitions that they will go more for testing than only going for the victory and for the routine tactics and procedures.
Okay, we come here again to the game. The situation now, Greg.
It's very difficult for Ho this moment because she is blocked, and the red ball that is touching the jack ball is also supported by the blue ball, and I don't think that she has a view of it. I don't know only if she has a view of the jack ball, which will be a solution, but I'm not sure if she can see the jack ball.
Here seems that he goes more to the left of the game than to the right. I'm not sure about it. So
Yeah, she moved the ramp totally to her right, but is she seeing the jack?
we will see soon.
You will see.
And for those who are here with us, we are now seeing the final game of BC3 against, we have Jeong from Korea against Ho from Hong Kong.
So she smashed the red ball, and
Trying to open
the jack, yes, but I still don't know. I think she might see half of the jack ball. So now if she moves the jack ball about 20 centimeters to the back, it will be closer to the blue, and Jeong will be blocked by the blue ball in front of him. But she has to be very precise with the pace of the ball that she will throw now, because if the white ball, the jack ball, moves more than what's needed, then Jeong will be. It will be very easy for Jeong to
score.
Play, yes, to score.
And see, she is for sure with a lot of tension. This last ball in the first hand.
Yes. Maybe she's going for defense, just to place her ball to the jack ball.
Oh, okay.
Which is very possible.
I will see. No, she tries what you said before. And now Jeong have two balls too, but the situation it's not so bad. She can remove the blue or try to approach the red.
I think he will manage it. I think he will first hit the red ball, so it goes. It will be the direction of the red ball will go to the right, because I think it will touch the blue ball as well. But I believe he may get 2 points, because if the red ball goes next to the jack ball, then he will have space for his second point as well. He's aiming, I can see it clearly. And that's one. And the problem for Jeong is that the
roll back,
so it's blocking a little bit. So I think he's going for, probably, I think he's going for a ricochet with the ball that rolled back. Because if he only moves it back, it will not be a second point. He needs to do a ricochet, or maybe if he sees, and I think he does, directly to the red ball, yes, because he has a passage between the red ball that rolled back and the blue ball. So maybe he's going directly to the red ball that's next to the jack ball.
Perhaps if you have here the hard ball.
He definitely has a hard ball, because he's throwing for very low on his ramp.
And we will try here to see one hard ball making points. We will see.
Yes, we'll see. And it's his hardest ball.
I try to push on that ball. The ball
You
is
can see it's still rolling.
and rolling and rolling
It's rolling.
and
And rolling. And now it's stopped.
we'll see now the referee.
I think it's one. Do you agree, as we see it from here, that it's one
yes,
for
it seems to be one only. I'm here to try to see another angle of the camera. Yes, one for the another angle. Seems to be one. Yes. Yeah, one red.
It's one.
One for Jeong from Korea.
Jeong had a very super hard ball for the last ball, and that was the reason that he did not take 2 points. If he had a medium or soft ball, it would
Usually
be
the ball
it would be
goes
very
back.
easy. Yes.
Here, an interesting that we are in the different positions with the players, and some the players in their boxes, they have different perspectives. Thinking in the disability of the players, do you think that if you have a PC player or a non-PC player, the relation that they have with the space, the spatial perception of the players can be different, and the analysis of the game can be different, because one PC player cannot have perhaps so many opportunities in his development to have that motor experiences, and seeing the game is different or not. Depends of the experience of motor experience of the players during his development to have the special notion of the space.
Definitely, I believe all experiences from life may affect, in a way, the point of view of each player and the way of his thinking. But in the very top level of boccia, for all the athletes, it's like their occupation. It's their job, and they're committed. Their life is committed to boccia, and there's a whole team for most of them behind them. So it's
difficult to know exactly.
It's
the
difficult
influence
to know
of that.
exactly, yes, but it's also that each athlete studies so much boccia tactics, and we see the game of others, we see our games, our mistakes, we see everything from different perspectives. So
Make the
yes, it's
easier.
like science. It's like science for us.
Okay, here the ball is near, perhaps not in the line that she wants, or what do you think about it?
I cannot be sure from here that we are sitting, but judging that Jeong has moved his ramp totally to his left, it seems that it's not that bad. It's yes, we are now watching the video. Yes, he will be able to remove it with one smash, and he has also moved his ramp to the left, so he has a better view.
The decision of smashing this first ball of the opponent or placing the ball depends always if you can see all ball or not.
Yes, definitely. You decide from which side do you see more of the jack ball from behind the colored ball. So for Jeong it was easier to go from his left side.
And now we can
I
see.
believe he will be able to open it with his first smash.
Move a little, but the ball stays there. Not.
The ball was very soft, so even though the smash was good, the ball did not open. So he will need a second hard ball to open it, or maybe a medium at this moment, because it's not necessary to use your strongest balls, yes.
E aí, João Souza, obrigado pelos comentários. Ezequiel, aqui o José Macedo não está a jogar neste momento, não, estamos na fase da atribuição das medalhas e o José não chegou a essa fase. Ana Catarina também, obrigado pelas palavras.
Now we can see that Jeong is not using all the length of his ramp because he doesn't want to remove the blue ball very much. He wants the blue ball to be the support for his soft red ball. So I guess this is a super hard ball. No, it's not. It's not. He went to place his ball to the jack ball.
Yeah,
so probably he had a nice view.
A clear view to that, probably. And
it's not good for him the way the balls are situated, because the red ball went a little bit to the left, so there is a place for a soft ball to go inside there, which will be very difficult to be removed afterwards. So if Ho manages to put her ball inside, no, she has to open it first.
And then now have a little gap there.
Yes, it's a little bit difficult for us to see from here what are the views from the athlete's point of view. But now she definitely opened the red ball and she can go and place her ball to the jack, which will be supported then by both sides.
Yeah, and for course, and for sure, we our view is not the best, but in Bosnia is one of the good things that you have different solutions for the situations, and we can think one thing, the players can think another thing, and
yes,
both can be good, can be good too.
Definitely.
And the different approaches of the players is important here. Like we are talking yesterday, these situations can be better if she puts one ball and then push the ball to the jump.
Yes, yes. I believe that maybe Ho did it on purpose, that the ball didn't reach the jack ball, because she could have used much more pace on this shot without being afraid of something, because there are supports from every side. But maybe she wanted to put two balls in front, so she has a better defense. We will see. Now you can see that there's a huge blocking for Jeong.
Yeah, very well done here. Ho showing his Jeong have here a situation that you have to manage very, very well. It's difficult here to change the situation.
It's very difficult. Again, I cannot. I do not know if he is able to see the jack ball.
We have.
See what he does now.
Yeah, we have to ask to another situations to put a hair camera here.
So he used a soft ball.
How much games do you have? More situations do you have in front of you? The number of situations that you have along of your years is very helpful to decide at this moment. When you take a decision with the past moments that you have, and do you easily remember the situations that you have during your life to solve the problems that you have in front of you?
To be honest, it's not really easy because you have the stress of the game, so many times you forget. Wow, we had a fantastic shot here.
Yeah, fantastic job.
Yes, and the ball jumped over, and now we have a tie. Both balls are touching the jack ball. I can't imagine if Jeong wanted to do this on purpose with both his last throws, because actually I couldn't see his tactics with his previous ball, but now I see.
Why you do
so
that?
Maybe
Make by purpose.
yes, that was on purpose. And this is great because if that was on purpose, he made
Fantastic.
fantastic, fantastic shots.
Yes, in that way, when we are here, you have to wait until the end to see the idea of the general idea of the players.
Yes.
Sometimes we are seeing the games and we are talking one of each other, saying, "Ah, the ball is not good," but maybe sometimes have a purpose, and this is one of that cases.
Definitely. And again, I have to repeat that we are seeing two of the best players in the world. So definitely, before each throw, they have a whole series of tactics inside their head. So nothing is made randomly or just by luck. It is based on tactics.
And during your training, how do you can manage that situations? Creating situation by situation, or or going creating during the games that.
Definitely, we create situations that we can see on videos, even from our games or others, other athletes' games, and then we try to find solutions for each situation. And then, of course, play some games and see what else may occur. So we can have to make new situations and find again solutions. What is the best tactic to do?
Perhaps like the chess players do.
Exactly.
Predict the opponent player, thinking 2 or 3 times ahead,
Yes.
and that can be even in BC3 class even more.
Yes, and sometimes you find 2 or 3 possible solutions, so then you have to repeat many times and see statistically which ones is better, because sometimes you can see that both solutions are very good, but which one is more possible to happen, because the floor may be a problem, as we talked about yesterday, or the ball may be affected by humidity or whatever. So you have to find statistically also which solution is better and more stable.
And this is for me too. I think one of the important points. Even when we work with a team or a pair, thinking in the solutions, in the way that if you have more percentage to do well, try to do that.
Yes, exactly. Everything is about percentage and stability.
João Sousa, sim, a bola branca pertence a cada jogador poderá escolher a sua bola para jogar. Greg, we have here a situation of one spectator at home. We will see now the ball roll back because it's very hard here. One assistant of this match live is asking us if the ball, each player have his jack ball. And I tell before that yes,
Definitely.
And make influence in the process of the tactics that you will use.
Definitely, you can use. It depends on the softness of the ball, on the material that's outside or inside, on many specifications, and this is based on your tactics. What do you want it to be?
In certain point of the development of this sport, some people trying to can be one of the solutions for the mobility of the game. Have only one jack ball, more mobile. What's your more can move easily? What's your opinion about that situation? Have only one jack ball for all players, the same jack ball.
I don't agree because, especially in the BC3s, it will be very difficult to know to play on the borders of the court because you cannot be able to know the pace that it's needed so the jack can stop on the place you want it to stop, because even if we buy absolutely the same balls, two jack balls from the same company at the same time,
They are
totally
different.
yes, they will be different, and even if they won't be different today, they will be different tomorrow, because it changes. Balls are like living natures, and every day that we train, it's like we see new balls, something changes, and
Interesting.
yes, and my opinion is that the jack ball should also be
For on player.
for on, yes, because then you can control much better.
Okay. Here, one.
Yes, it's 1-1.
Yes.
It's 1-1.
1-1 situation here, and the game still with a lot of emotion here. 1 point for one side in the first end, now 1-1, and we have here a great final until this moment.
Yes, we can see a great match here, and as we talked about it before, the players are very accurate, so they don't make any mistakes. So it's just based on tactics and execution, and we saw that Howon Jeong managed to do a great execution with using two balls in order that his ball jumped over, and while he would not be able to remove the blue ball from touching the jack ball, he managed to go over. So it was amazing.
Amazing situation here by Jeong, very well managed. Now we will see the assistant of Jeong asking the referee for something that we cannot understand. I think something about the floor, but I don't understand. I don't know if you know. Difficult.
Yes, I couldn't understand.
Yeah. Okay, but the game will still to continue. We'll see now the start of the third end. Jeong starting, probably will try to do the same as in the first end.
Yes. His ramp is already placed on the place. He will play a short game just in front of him.
Some noise here. The Thailand guy is making a good job in BC4 at this moment. 5-2 against Artem Kolenko. Here, Jeong preparing in front of you, Greg. Here,
Just in front of me. Now I have
perfect.
the perfect view.
So everything fine.
Yes, and you can see the ramp is aiming on the right side of the jack ball, so the ball will block Yuen from seeing the jack ball.
Now we'll see if the floor don't make the situation different, though.
It went totally straight.
Yeah, perfect.
And I just would like to add also that Howon Jeong's ex-assistant, Jeong Hyun-kwon, well, I believe he was the best assistant in the world. And he
After yours?
after mine, definitely after mine. And I just wanted to add that he did a perfect job for all these years, and now as a manufacturer, he also continues to do amazing work. Both players are playing with ramps that he creates, and the balls are also magnificent, and most of the players are using them, and it has made bocce a better sport. So I just wanted to mention him and tell him. I believe from speaking from all of the bocce community to say thank you for him.
Yes,
And
for sure.
what
He's a guy that wants the sport in the best, and I don't know him personally, but seems to be a guy that wants that the sport grows in the right direction.
Yes, definitely. He is a great guy, and even though he stopped as a sport assistant, he continues to contribute to all the athletes.
Okay, so here the mention to him. Here a word to Luis Marta from Portugal. She's saying hello to you and to me. Hello, Luis. Thank you to view our live stream. And Luis is a guy who studied this BC3 until the infinite point. Do you know him too? Luis Marta, the coach of José Macedo.
Yes, I know him. I do not have many personal experience, but definitely he's one of the persons in the bocce world that has that is always trying to promote bocce and help in any way that is possible.
Yeah, for sure, and to him too. So here the game continues again. We have, if you are watching us and if you want to make some questions, you have here Grigorios Polychronidis. You can use the chat to ask him. I think that he is able to answer your questions.
Yeah, with pleasure.
And I have here another question about Jones. Yes, each player have his own ball and they play it in this hand. So here, how make the change of the situations and
I think that you're right, because exactly, I just didn't have the time to tell it. He had the possibility to smash the blue ball, hardest ball. So now it's the blue ball has turned, and he has the perfect opportunity because he sees all the. So now he has a perfect opportunity to place his soft ball on the. And then it will be really difficult for Howon to remove it because she is already blocked.
yeah.
At least from yes. But on the left side, Jeong's ball is supported by the blue ball, so he has one of the best opportunities now to win this end.
We'll see now the position of the ramp of Jeong is in front of the gap that he have. Ho at this moment is blocked of the jack and the ball goes perfect.
And it's perfect.
And even if the ball goes a little to the right, and even better at this moment.
That was on purpose. That definitely was on purpose.
Yes.
I know that because of the position of the ramp. If he wanted to just place the ball on the jack ball, he would move the ramp more to the left. But that was absolutely on purpose.
We can, during the replay, we'll see that situation. Yes.
You can see that he slightly touches the blue one. And that's
Yes.
what I tell you. If he didn't want to touch the blue, he would move his ramp more to the left. So he had a clearer view of the jack. But he wanted it.
To touch and go and to
And
go to the
exactly,
right
yes.
place. Yes, fantastic. Here's the. Okay, at this moment, the Thailand guy is the gold medalist in this event. He won his game against Artem Kolinko. Congratulations for Poncho Klapayan. He is the gold medal However, Artem Kolenko made a great performance here. This second place achieved him to have a lot of points to the world ranking, perhaps to the position of qualification to Tokyo. Sorry. So here, Ho is trying to manage some situation in the blue.
I think she's going for defense.
Yeah, she's trying to.
Because she wants to defend the blue ball that is on the side of the jack ball.
To not be removed.
To not be removed, yes.
And here she have some opportunity that can ball goes on and maybe stays 1-1, but it's difficult.
It's very
not.
difficult.
Yeah. Okay.
Because Jeong has more balls, so he will just smash it.
Okay. Only to try to defend the situation, and now Jeong.
But it is a very nice defense because Yuen Ho has 3 balls in the same line. So the ball that's next to the jack is supported by 2 other balls. Even though the front one is a hard ball, so it's not really supporting. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, can try here again the roll on top, but you will try to get some speed in.
Definitely. Even though there's a slight risk that if the last ball will not be moved, the ball that is in the middle may touch the jack ball. Yes, and that was the reason that Jeong did not smash the blue balls. He just did it on the red ball.
Okay. We don't hear.
It's very interesting what he is going to do now. He still has 2 balls. I think he will. Maybe he's going to roll over.
With 2 balls there, it's difficult to remove them.
Yes, it's
the ball stays there. I cannot see.
But I think he took the chance because he still has 1 more ball, so even if it was a mistake, he can always correct it.
You'll see now if he have some what he can do. He's asking for the score because they move a little the situation.
Definitely. Because if he's winning, I don't think he should play.
1-1 at this moment.
It's 1-1. That was exactly the risk that I was talking about. If the back ball did not move, the ball in the middle would touch the jack ball.
Perhaps here you have another option to remove the blue ball that is in front of him, because gain some angle in that side, and then. But now it was not his option, and he stops.
Yes,
Since the situation is very difficult here to manage.
Yes, and he's afraid of maybe losing the.
Oh, in this point, he won by 1 again, and is the second and in a row that
have consecutive.
Yes, we'll see. Have the situation to remove that ball before can be a possibility, or do you think not? If in the last balls of if he can remove that ball that was picked now and then can go to the right, maybe save the situation.
Yes, there was a big percentage of risk
Mm-hmm.
in any decision that he would make if he continued to play. But the problem is that when you are playing and you have 2 more balls to play, it's very yes, you want
try
to try.
to
Yes, it's very difficult to say. And get only 1 point when the score is so close. If the score was had a bigger difference, then yes, you say, okay, let's take this point, and the game is almost over. But when it's so close and you have 2 balls and the opponent does not have any balls, you say, I'll take the risk and go for the second one.
Now we'll see. The tension is in high level, and we'll see. Greg, we have here two questions. One about Luis Marta that said that what's the opinion about the sticky balls that actually still are in the game? The game must go to be more dynamic and imprevisible, or more closed and based in the heart of the suppressing the immobility. Should the balls meet one standard criteria of minimum movement in the court?
Definitely, the balls issue is still very open. We had we did not we the BC3 did a huge step forward with the roll test, and since the roll test was started to define the balls that are legal or not, we have come to a place where there are no totally unmovable balls, which we had before that. So now all balls move. Though I also believe that we still have a static game. So in my opinion, I think there should be more tests, and there are many issues to be discussed about balls, because definitely sticky balls are not something that I like, or I don't think that anyone likes. And definitely the game should be more dynamic.
And more
in my-
imprevisible too.
Yes, in my opinion, even the roll test, if it would be more stricter, if the length of the round that the ball rolls would be less,
Less.
yes, it would. This is a simple solution. But even then, it would be better, because even if a sticky ball is harder, it's much more easier to remove it than if it's sticky and soft. So
Yes.
this is one of the simple solutions, but I think, and there is already created a balls working group in the rules committee that is managing all the issues around the balls.
Okay, thanks. We have here another question by Catarina Pereira. She's asking in Portuguese. I will try to translate,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure if you can answer that situation. But I will ask it again, because she asked if what's your the sticky and the density of your first and second balls.
Oh, fine. Oh,
Yes.
yes. No, it's simple. I've been asked all the time this question. So, my balls they have a big friction, but not that big as in sticky balls, because if my balls don't move at all, it will be a problem for me, because you can always open the ball, and then it will be a support for my opponent's ball. So I do not prefer my balls to be as unmovable as they want. There is a balance,
Okay.
and I choose this balance, not only me, I think other players as well. So your first ball, almost, I don't think that anyone is playing with his softest ball as his first ball, because he wanted to be movable. So it all depends on tactics. But my balls are somewhere in the middle, because I want to be able to move them as well.
Okay, thanks. Here again in the game, Ho placed the first ball a little bit longer to the jack. Then Jeong placed one ball, and Ho placed in the middle. Now we have two balls there and one from red, and now is the turn of Jeong.
Yes. We also see that this end is also will be in the details, judged by the details. That's
This-
the hardest ball of Jeong, and we saw that even though there were two super soft balls, they moved.
They moved.
And that's exactly what I was saying before, that since the roll test started to be in the competitions, there are no more unmovable balls.
So in that way, the first step is taken. So
Yes,
we
the
will
first
see
step is
that.
taken, definitely. But you can never stop. The rule committee's obligation is always to have its eyes open, so the game becomes better and better, because you can never reach absolutely correct. So we will always be in our way for making our sport better.
And the size of the ball can have to some impact because if you have a smaller ball, can have a point of gravity lower than the other balls. That situation is used by the players. It's not so much the difference that they can have it, but there's some gap.
Yes, I cannot know if someone is using this. For me, I don't. So I actually cannot answer you because I don't know if someone is approaching the ball
Okay.
in that way.
Okay. I'm talking only about the physics situations about the
Yes,
thing. So
yes,
perhaps it's a situation that the players can use it or not. But
yes.
they prefer to have a ball without in the middle of the size and play with the balls that they
Yes.
usually
I
have.
don't know actually for other players. Well, what I do is that I try to have my ramp and my balls to the size that it needs to be, so that the ball rolls well inside the ramp
Okay.
and it don't create any problems. But during the game on the court, it's not something that I have worked on.
Okay. We saw Jeong putting the ball in perfect position now. Ho have to try, but now she's in troubles here.
Yeah,
The
she's
sticky
in-
ball of
She's
Jeong.
in a big trouble.
We'll see now what she can do. Now she have to score and she have to do things here.
Yes, and now we can see her placing her ramp totally on the right side and having it as much as she can to the back of the box, so she has the best possible angle to the balls.
Here a question: wasn't red player's ramp completely grounded when he took the shot? Usually the ramp is not in the floor. They have a little gap there.
Yes, yes. By the rule, the ramp cannot touch the floor when it's outside the box.
So you, for all throws, you use that situation. Okay.
Yes.
So here, Ho is trying to get his space, but ball by ball, he's getting a little gap. But
Yes, I don't know if the gap she sees is adequate to place her ball inside, but I think she has to try it because she has to save her balls and not spend two more balls but only one.
we'll see now. Here, the view of the player will be perfect to comment this situation. We don't have it, so it's better to wait a little
Of course, definitely.
and see.
And
This game
most
is
of the times it's not only the view, but it's the material of the ball. So it's if it's sticky or something, it will have a totally different behavior, and that is something that only the athlete knows because the ball is his property. So she is going for a smash because she's using all the extensions on the ramp. Yes.
yes, and now one ball to try
ball,
1 point.
Yes, and she has a huge opportunity to place her ball just in front of Jeong.
We'll see now if the balls go there. All attention in the view to this ball. She's preparing with a lot of careful. Jeong is looking to the ball too. He's a very expressive guy at
Yes.
these moments. and he prefers don't look.
That's something that he does all the time.
Sometimes it's better that situation, but now we'll see.
But he still has the advantage that he has
Balls
three more
to
more balls. Yes.
We'll see the situation. The ball goes to there. I'm not sure if in the right place, but Jeong will ask for the score for sure.
Definitely.
No, he believes that he's one to blue, so he will play.
He's saving his time because he has 3 more balls to play, and he has 2.5 minutes for those balls. So
we will see what
he's not asking. He sees that blue is closer.
Don't need it. Have for sure.
Yes.
Here you have to be sure of it.
When you are that experienced, you don't have to ask for everything.
I will see what he will try to then here to remove the situation.
The situation is getting worse for Jeong, definitely. And I think we'll see another tie break.
We will, with your experience to predict the situation, we'll see now if Jeong can manage that red ball there.
He still, if I'm not mistaken, he still has one of his super hard balls because he's using 3 super hard, just like I do. He used his hardest, now he used his second hardest, so he has one more and one soft. But it's really difficult because the blue ball is supported by both sides. He's not going for a smash because he's using half of his ramp.
Maybe here on top.
He is getting on top, yes. He has nothing to lose.
Yes. And they will see now. No, we try to move that, move on the red. And they will see one blue.
Still one for blue.
And the game goes until the last ball. Even he knows if he lost, he goes to the tie break. So
yes. There's no risk for Jeong.
So he can play.
He can try anything he likes.
And he can try to, or go to the gap, or try to beat in the blue. To move some of the.
I don't think he's going to move the blue because he's not using the length of his.
Okay, you try to place that.
Maybe a ricochet or make it 1-1, maybe.
We'll see. This is the time, just in time. Yes, the balls go to the point. We'll see now the measure of this
I think we're going for a
situation.
One
for blue, like you predict before.
Yes.
We have here a tie break. What a game here in the final.
We must say that this is the 3rd tie break in a row for Jeong.
Yes.
He had the tie break
in the quarterfinals.
And 2 tie breaks in the quarterfinals.
Yes, was a fantastic again, Lagostayev.
Yeah.
And he has that advantage to know everything about the tie breaks here. So at this moment, 3-2. We are here watching a great game, this final BC3. Fantastic game here. The players are with 2 ties in the end, in 2 ends, one for in first end, one for Jeong, and in this last end, one for Ho, and we will continue to a tie break. Only to know in the class BC1, the gold medal goes to David Smith, that won 4-3 against Mikhail Gutnik. And in BC2 final, I'm trying here to find Vong Sa won 5-0 against Yu Lang from Hong Kong. At this moment, Vong Sa have the gold medal in BC2, David Smith in BC1, and Sport Court Lapayan in BC4.
And I would like to comment something on David Smith, something that is absolutely amazing. David currently is Paralympic champion, world champion, European champion, ranked number 1 in the world, and he just won the World Open. So
Perfect line. What
yeah.
he wants more. Yeah, he's a great player with.
This is amazing. This is for the history.
Yes.
Of all sports.
Yes. Luis Marta is asking here. In the sequence that we have talked before, should the balls meet one standard criteria of minimum movement in the court, hit it by a ball or not, only measure by in the ramp? Or the test will be touching that ball and see what the ball rolls and how the immobility of the ball may create unfair advantage to the most functional athletes within their classes, especially in the class with no ramps.
Actually, I would say that hitting the ball and see how it moves on the court, I believe it's a little bit tricky because it depends on the floor as well, and we cannot have the same floor all around the world. And I think, in my opinion, always in my opinion, I think that testing the ball should be something like a test, not using floors or other criteria that may not be the same all over the world. Now for the other categories, I believe that BC3 could try to have different tests for other categories, because it's not the same using the ramp and using your arms to throw the ball. It's like a different game in a way. For example, I think it's only in the BC3 that we use the super hard balls, and while in BC4, for example, the strength of the arm defines
the type of balls
and
the type of balls.
Yes, so there are some players that are weaker and they have the disadvantage when compared with stronger players. So it's totally different in my opinion, and I think it's not a mistake to develop a different test for each class.
Okay. Thanks again. So here in the tiebreak of this great final, Jeong plays the ball. Oh, but here a situation that is not used.
I guess the ramp was not
moved
to the right and left. Yes.
Oh,
exactly.
here
and that mistake was made by Legosaev on the second tiebreak as
too.
well.
Yes.
Yeah.
You see here. Yes, correct decision. Oh, I don't know if you can see here the referee. We are watching here the replay.
We're watching the replay.
I will try to put it.
But the ramp moved.
The position.
Yes. I don't know. Can we help and say that? Is it possible? Because the ramp moved, it was not a violation. I don't know.
Okay, we'll still continue here. The penalization is made it by the player. We have here one situation that can be very interesting in the game.
Yes, yes. And even though the red ball is not positioned absolutely in line or ball, losing the super hard ball made it more difficult here, but now with the second ball she makes the best smash that she could do, because the red ball will be the support.
Yeah, here
if she manages to place her ball exactly on the jack ball. We will see. It's getting more interesting.
Yes, at this moment. So she's taking the position to propel this ball. Right position of the
It's the
ramp.
best position.
So now we'll see if the ball goes to the place that
Not absolutely perfect, but good
but
enough.
good enough to situation. If the ball supports in the
Yes, yes. Because now, as you can see, Jeong moved his ramp to his left. So even if he cannot do it with his first ball, which I think he will be able to move the blue ball with his first one, but even if it's not with the first one, the second one will definitely move the blue ball on the right side of the jack ball, and then he will have the perfect opportunity to place his ball on the jack ball and be supported by both sides. So it will be the best for him.
okay.
For me, just now to see if he will manage to do it with one super hard ball, or he will have to use two. That's not
The point.
the point for now. I'm seeing his placing his most super, the most
The hardest,
yes, from what he said.
And the ball comes. Yes,
You can
that's
hear it.
what. For sure, this is the hardest.
Still here.
And still, and
It must be somewhere in Portugal. And by the way, I'm really glad that these balls exist, because they offer a more dynamic game, because we have very super soft balls and sticky balls, and using the super hard balls maintain the dynamic, the game to be dynamic.
E João Sousa a falta foi cometida porque quando o árbitro mostra a raquete, o jogador tem que fazer uma quebra da rampa para a esquerda e para a direita de 20 centímetros. E então aí a bola foi retraída. I'm answer here, João Sousa is asking why the fault, and I'm saying that the referee scored the fault because the player he thought that don't move the ramp after he shows the
ramp
turn.
was actually moved, but it was not made by a specific movement to show to the referee that I'm doing this
he thought
movement.
That don't make the movements to the left and to the right,
Yes.
and that was the decision of the
So I guess
referee.
the athlete thought that the ramp was moved because she totally moved the ramp, but the referee wanted to see a clear sign.
Okay. And the situations is very clear in the rules.
Yes.
Have to be.
It has to be specific.
So the referee
It says 20 centimeters to the right, 20 centimeters to the left, approximately, but it has to be a movement dedicated to the rule. Yeah.
Okay. So in this way, the referee have the reason, perhaps in this decision, we'll see.
I think the final decision is
the referee.
Okay. Yes. Okay. But he has the right to say that no. The clear rules.
And we know that David is an experienced referee, and for sure is sure of his decision, so it's okay. So Hoyer moves the red ball, and now have here some gap.
I will have to see what she will decide to do.
Jeong steals with 3 balls.
Well,
it's in the front of you. What's your opinion?
So she aims at the blue ball, so I can guess that she will hit it from the right side, so the ball goes to the left and get just in front of the jack ball.
Here it's possible if she's to touch the ball and the ball of him stays in the line of Jeong, or it's difficult to control that situation?
I don't think that she's going for it now. The aiming is absolutely in the middle of the blue ball, so I don't think that she wants to move the blue ball to the left side. Maybe she wants that her ball is stopped. Yes, is stopped in front.
In front.
So the blue ball that was already on court, it just touched the jack from the right side of the jack, but the other one is also in front.
Okay, so
Though it's easy for Jeong
Jeong.
because he has at least half of the jack ball open to smash it, and Ho still just have one more ball. So no, he's not going for the smash. I believe he is going to place his ball between
the two
red
balls.
one and the jack one. Yes, he is going for the placement, just to touch the jack ball.
Yes, good ball.
I think he did it
Yes, and
because the jack ball moved. No, blue is still closer.
can we have here 1-1 situation in the end? Can be.
I guess.
We will see. In this
The only
situation,
advantage for Jeong is that he's got two balls while Ho has one, but it's very difficult to predict.
and in the third place game, they are in a tie break 2-2. And it was a tough game. 1 point in each end for.
I say the level of the competitors is so high, and the work they do is so hard, and the development is fantastic. So it's the level of our game is very high, but it's very difficult to win one another.
Yes. Now seems to
That
be.
was a soft hit. The red ball moved a little bit, so it's closer, and then the blue plays.
She entered in the court to see the situation with more precision.
She's got plenty of time and only one ball to play, so this is the
1-41.
best to have a good view. If I'm not mistaken, the ball that she left is a soft ball. She's using all her extensions and all the length of the ramp. And Ho is aiming at the blue ones.
So trying to do
Because
1-1.
I have the perfect line from here. So the aiming is in the middle of the blue one in front, and she's using all the pace she's got.
And we'll see the outcome of this ball. And we will see now.
You will see.
The referee will have the.
Definitely the blue ball is moved, but we cannot see from here who is touching.
Jeong goes there to confirm the situation of the game. We don't know at this moment how much is it.
Definitely blue is closer because of
The tie situation.
Yeah,
He
Jeong was
maintains.
stopped. Yeah. Because it's a tie break, so we don't go for points.
And in the tiebreak, if you have the opportunity, you don't take the risk, or you
winning.
prefer. No. If even
If
if
it's 1-1.
if 1-1, and you
I would take the risk.
yeah, you will
I
take
would
the
yes, I
because
would take it.
you have the
In this
opportunity.
in this situation, I would take the risk
Okay.
if it was 1-1. Because the red ball is also supported by the other red ball, so it won't go away.
Yeah.
I predict
And
that.
and perhaps
I
in
predict he
the
will
next
win.
tiebreak you cannot have the chance again.
Definitely.
And we will see now.
I predict Jeong will win with this ball.
Oh, the ball
The
is
red one is not touching.
not touching, not
Definitely.
touching.
I don't know the blue one.
We see. Seems that 1-2 to who? The referee say 1-2 to who?
My prediction was not correct.
No, but
And who is the winner
only
of
because they
this
have space more than one ball, and the ball beat in the a little,
Yes.
and
Yes. It touched the jack ball, and then the pace was more than enough, so it went away from the jack ball, and Ho is the winner.
who is the winner? The
So
BC.
the Asian champion
The world-
won the World Open as well.
Fantastic, good job for her. We present here a great game. In the finish of the game, the assistants are very tired too.
Very tired, and we have to congratulate both players and both assistants for all this effort and this high game, because we just witnessed.
Greg, it was a really pleasure. We have here another question, but we can talk. Could have an equal characteristics, and the balls are not for the players, but of the organization, and are equal for everyone. Do you think this is the future of the game, or?
This could be the future of the game only if the balls were produced by a major manufacturer, for example, like Adidas or Wilson, I don't know who.
Like
And
in football or
yes,
in-
and we had the perfect balls. But since we are far away from the situation, I don't believe this is something that can happen currently, because if something like that happens, the level of the performance of the players will go to maximum 10%. I cannot even imagine myself playing with
Organization
balls.
balls.
Yes, it will be like playing, by luck. Currently, it cannot happen, in my opinion, but definitely this would be something that I dream about, to have the perfect balls, and that we don't have to worry for the condition of the balls, for what happens if this ball breaks or.
And at this moment, yes, but at this moment, I think one of the problems is that the balls can be modified by the players. Some.
Definitely, and even before a game. So you can even pass the equipment check and then modify, do whatever you want. And this is exactly one of the reasons that the rules committee decided to create a working group, a balls working group that will be specialized only to solve problems about balls. And we must not forget that BC3 is just a new federation. So there's a lot of work to do, but the encouraging is that there are many persons that are working, and all are doing this voluntarily, and and all of us want to help to do the ball more fair for everyone and better.
Yes, for sure, and we cannot forget that this sport is a youngest sport, only since '84 internationally.
Yes,
so
yes.
you have a lot to grow, and I think that we are in one way, and we have to take some choose. And in the General Assembly that we will have during this week, some things are in the table to try.
I could definitely say that each year we have a lot of improvements, not small improvements, and I'm very optimistic that in the real near future, bocce will be much better, because there are a lot of people with knowledge that are working in order to find solutions for each problem that we face.
Okay.
And I can say again that the roll test already made a big solution for the balls issue.
Okay, Greg, of course, with the passion that we have with this game, we have, if we have time, we have here all afternoon talking about the things.
Definitely.
However, the time is gone. And only to say that Adam Pesca won his game. Fantastic job here from the youngest player from Czech Republic. I think he's the winner. And thanks again Greg, for your presence here. It's a pleasure to have your insights here.
Thank you very much. I would like to congratulate all athletes, sport assistants, all the spectators, and it was a pleasure for me. And see you soon.
See you soon. Bye, people. We started the afternoon at 15 in the half with the game of pairs BC4, Portugal against Thailand. I hope to see you there.